Let's talk about the tug toy in 3 parts. One is how to get the dog to bite the proper part of the tug. The second is how to get the dog to bring the tug toy back to you. And the third and most important is how to get the dog to out the tug toy. So the first thing is getting the dog to bite properly on the tug. If I just give the dog the tug, she's going to bite it somewhere where I don't want her to bite it. Okay, which would probably be on the string, the strap, or all the way on the end. So in order to get the dog to bite the proper end of the tug toy, most of the time I'll cut the strap right off. But I'm going to fold the strap in, and I'm only going to give her one area to bite on a tug toy. And that's going to be the area where my hand isn't. So if I tell her, yes, she can bite, good girl, good girl, good girl, good girl, good, aus, 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 no. Platz, aus, aus. So the less choice I give the dog on where to bite the tug toy, the more likely it's just to make a good decision. Make sure the dog is not in crazy drive when you do this, because if you have a lot of misses and misses and you put the toy in front of the dog, the chances are that he or she would probably miss and bite your fingers, which would be unintentional, it'd be your fault. So a lot of times when we see people, they'll have the tug toy here and then they move the tug toy like that, and the only target left is your hand. So when I move the tug toy here, I'm going to do sits. I'm going to do a quick move here, and you're going to see what this miss looks like, because I'm going to play it back in slow motion after I do it. So it's here, I go yes, here, yes, here, stop, sits. Here, I go yes, here, yes, here, stop, sits, and sits. My movement is from here is this way. The tug toy disappears from her sight. This doesn't go this way or this way, because that will put the target of my hand in there. So as it's here, when I tell her yes, she bites right in the middle, and she has nowhere else to bite. In fact, if you look closely, she only has about an inch or so on either side of her teeth to bite the toy. Right? Good girl. Good girl. Now, if I let her take this tug away, she's going to go, and I'm going to step at the end of the leash, and when she brings it back, I'm going to play with her. So part 2, how do we get the dog to continue to engage me? Simple. We keep playing with the dog. So I'm playing, playing, playing. She takes it away. Yes. She brings it back. If she decides to take it further away, I step on the end of the leash, I move backwards, she brings it back, and I play. The biggest mistake people make with a tug toy is when the dog brings the toy to them, Maya, the first thing they do is ask the dog to out the toy. So the dog thinks every time I bring the toy back, you stop the game. So I'm not going to bring the toy back. So the first thing you're going to do is put her on a long line so that whenever she goes away, I go, hey, Maya, 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 yeah, good girl. And I teach her that bringing it back to me, good girl. She goes away, I go, Maya, good girl. We play again. So part 2 is every time the dog goes away from me, I use the long line, I say, Maya, good girl. So eventually, she doesn't need that cue. Eventually, I can drop the long line and say, Maya, good girl. And she knows she's going to get to keep playing as long as she brings it back to me. And if she has that high of a drive, that's what she wants. And that's part 2 of how to play tug with your dog. Good. Maya, Platz.